Hello there. Alright, so yeah, it is picking up my mic. You know what I just realized? Two things, actually. First of all, fuck these glasses. My facial tracking is kinda... Anyway, I'll work on that later. What's more important is let's get rid of you. I realized before I hit, well, after I hit go live, I didn't actually set up the game capture for this game, so I'm gonna fix that right now. Crusader Kings, come on. Second thing that happened is, there it is. Second thing that happened, VTube Studio had an update. It seems to have made a lot of improvements to the facial tracking. I think my mouth moves around a lot more than it used to. And the other thing is, my eyes still kind of spaz out because it's a... Oh, thank you for the follow, Bantos Zukuro. Yeah, I don't know, it's something to do with just like the face cam that I use. It doesn't really like my eye tracking. You know what, fuck it. No, I'm putting my glasses back on. Taking them off isn't really much of an improvement. I will soon hopefully get a stand. Minra shared a stand with me that I could use for setting up like an iPhone, so I can hopefully get some facial tracking through that instead, which I think is a lot better. But for now, hey Ophelia, how you doing? Yeah, for now my eyes are just gonna be like this like the entire time. Oh my gosh! It's Snowbound Sap. Hi! Nice to see you here. Yeah, my eyes are just gonna fuck around, but, it basically tells me that I actually need to... I'm doing pretty good, how are you? It basically tells me I need to get a jump on that, yeah, the new VTube Studio update. I need to get a jump on getting that iPhone stand, so that I can actually have better quality face tracking. But anyway, welcome to Crusader Kings 3. This is me. Yeah, you're doing with some finicking with that right now. Yeah, we're doing murder and politics. Oh, tell Niku hi for me then. So we're continuing with our previous run. We're playing someone, it's a Jarl up around Norway. Last time I think we got into a fight with a tiger and we lost. Or it was some kind of beast. But anyway, we lost that fight, so now we don't have a face. This is my one and only son, and hopefully it stays that way. I've got like 5 or 6 daughters. And this is my wife. Also, I tweeted about this. I did not really read up on how subjugation wars work until like right before the stream. But I think I understand now, more or less. Oh, thank you for the follow, Wills G. Yeah, I think I now understand how subjugation wars work. And the reason why we can't subjugate Denmark. Of course, as soon as I saw that that you got affiliate, I just went. I basically stalked your Twitch until it let me sub you. She just screamed hello in a toad voice and alright, you'll be lurking. General Kenobi. Hi, Kaede. While you get stream overlay stuff done. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to subjugate Denmark. Turns out I'm not allowed to, because one of the qualifications to subjugate someone is you have to share a border with them. That was something I didn't know. So, we're gonna have to figure out another way to take over Denmark. But anyway, this is me. We're here in Viking, which is a duchy. We're not yet a kingdom, but I think we're currently working on unifying Norway and being a kingdom that way. We could go for Denmark, but I'd rather start with what we already have. In terms of our subjugation war, so because I realized I can't actually subjugate the people that I want to subjugate, also looking over here at you, England, we're gonna have to try something else. I'm still 36 years old. I'm feeling fine. I'm not gonna die of the plague or anything, hopefully, so I kind of had two options. I could save my War of Subjugation for something that seems a little bit more appetizing. Though currently I'm looking at these guys right here. Yeah, subjugate Jarl Dag. I'm looking at that as a possibility. But I got some years left ahead of me, and I might find something a little bit more appealing to subjugate later on. Like, I don't know, maybe the Jarl Dag like goes and conquers like this territory up here, however the hell you're supposed to pronounce that. I don't speak Norse. And so I could subjugate that entire area. The alternative is he could just die and his entire realm gets split up between like 7 different sons. Well, not 7. Okay, he's got 1 son. So I guess we're not too concerned about that. That is a son. Yeah, that's a son. But I don't know. So yeah, that's just what I've been thinking. We've still got our 1 subjugation war that we can use. Also, for those that missed it, Italy is up here now. I don't know why, but they are. So we'll deal with it. Also, just all of Europe is a fucking mess. Especially Eastern Europe. France is actually starting to take shape. And Spain is just doing medieval Spain things. Who's currently the biggest empire in terms of landmass right now? It's either the Khazaria Empire or the Kyrgyz Khanate. Anyway, let's get time ticking along. Yeah, so yeah, I'm strongly considering Upland. They have some allies, but none of them are particularly strong, and we have a strength of 2,000 men. Hey, someone wants me to go to war with them. It's gonna be who? Estonia. I don't remember being allied to Estonia. But okay. Actually, it's the High Chieftain, it's not the kingdom. I mean, sure, I'll do that war, but it's not exactly the top of my to-do list. What exactly is this war again? What? We're conquering it? I totally misread that situation. Why are we conquering What? Who are you? What kind of war is this? It's a conquest war. Who are the Northman army? Are they... Well, fuck that. They've got 6,000. Yeah, we're not taking any part in that. I guess what's happening is Estonia is currently being invaded by like an army of, like a massive hunking army of Norsemen. And I don't think we can stand up to that. So we'll just kind of let that happen to you. Actually, more people are joining in this war. Yeah, even if we combined all our strength and coordinated, I do not think we could take on 6,000 of those men. So we'll just kind of let you lose that war. It's not the worst thing. Oh, we've got sparring grounds in... I think it's this... There we go. Yeah, sparring grounds. Let me think. So we do have the option. By the way, why don't they like me? Oh, the troll attacks, right. The thing that I lost my face to. So, I could build palisades. It would cost me almost half of my prestige. I think it'll help us to have it in the long run. And honestly, like, I'm 30-something. Yeah, I'm 37. And I gain that much prestige while also spending a bunch in my lifetime. So I think we'll get 200 back. Might as well get these built now, so we'll have a little bit more levies. And if we're ever in a defensive war, it'll be a little bit harder for people to besiege this county, which is currently our capital, Oslo. And yeah, it's gonna help our spearmen and archers, which is useful because I believe men-at-arms, we have spearmen and archers. So, just giving them that little edge in combat will be useful. Let me think. I could help in this war. We would lose. But at the very least, I would gain, like... I would gain prestige just for helping out. Also, yeah, I can create that duchy if I wanted to. Yep, there's the army. Now, we probably could have taken them on just now, but that's not an option. Oh, I have unlocked another military perk. What are we gonna get? Finally we can get our first major perk from the perk tree. It's Gallant. So we'll have +2 Martial. So we'll go from 17 to 19 over here. We'll have a bit more prowess, which I currently have a decent amount of prowess. And that monthly prestige, plus 20% prestige, oh hell yeah. And people that are attracted to me are gonna like me more. That's good. That extra 20% on prestige is very nice. Especially since we're tribal. Yeah. We're currently working on... Yeah, and... Oh, so they weren't strong enough. They also have allies to help them out. I mean, you're not great. You only have 800, but... Okay, let me get a better look at... Oh, it was nice knowing you. We actually might be able to help out. What? Oh, my chancellor's made this guy like me more. That's good. Tell you what, we're gonna go to war. We will help out our allies. Where are we currently raising our troops? There. Let's move them here. Raise everyone. We'll help out. I feel like we might be able to do something. Okay, everyone's all together. Good, good. Yeah, let's move. Join up with our allies. It's gonna take us 2 months to sail over there. They're gonna besiege this place. Hopefully, it's gonna take them 8 months to do that. So hopefully we can get there before that happens. So we're getting on our boats and sailing over to Estonia. And then, oop, what's going on? I think this is one of my daughters, yeah. It's actually the daughter that I'm tutoring. So she seems to be having a difficult time with our latest feast. She slipped underneath one of the tables and, aw, that's a mood. That was me growing up, yeah, very shy. So I could let her stay being shy. We're trying to get her to be good at martial. I mean, it's fine. How stressed am I right now? I could take a little bit of stress. What if we made her impatient? That prestige gain is good. But I don't think we'll be playing as her, so... And then gluttonous... Yeah, we'll let her be shy. Oh, hey, Maisel. Hopefully you can fall asleep while watching my stream. So yeah, I don't feel like taking stress over this. Sure, you can be shy. Alright, so how's my army doing? We do need to be careful, because as soon as we disembark, we're gonna have the disembarking penalty. Okay. We've now got that disembarking penalty. Let's keep an eye on that. It'll be 15 days. It's not turn-based. This is real-time, but I can pause at any point. So you see down here, we've got the date that's ticking along, and I can speed it up and slow it down. It's currently the 4th of December in 887. Okay. Also, who's currently leading this charge, and why is it not me? So, this is going to give us the most advantage we can get. Now, hopefully, my allies are going to follow me. If they don't, this is going to hurt. Nope, my allies have just decided, fuck that. Still, we do have a lot of things going for us. I'm the better army commander. They're currently starving. And, yeah, just, there are defensive buildings in the area. They outnumber us. But let's just see how this goes, okay? Alright, and now my allies are actually going to bother showing up as well. Look at that advantage at the start of the fight. Plus 59? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I could use the help, thank you. Oh. Well, my daughter's educator just died in this fight. I'll get to that in a minute. Come on! Show up, allies. Show up. Okay, they're here. All right. Woo-hoo-hoo. That was a tight one. Okay, we actually won that. We did lose. It was my steward. I don't think he was a particularly good steward. Tell you what, you'll do fine. 10. That's not a bad. Oh yeah. Oh. Yes, so these are kind of pieces on a board. With the entire... Also, we wiped out their entire army. This entire map is the board. And each of these is kind of an army piece. You see in that parentheses right there, the number 4. That means there are 4 armies standing right here. each army gets commanded differently. And yeah, so basically this one piece consists of 2,000 soldiers. Of those 2,000 soldiers, there's like a commander, there's a whole bunch of men-at-arms, which are like actual trained commanders, or not trained commanders, trained soldiers. So we got Huskarls, Vigmen, and Bondi. And then we've also got champions. Those are kind of our knights, like our elite fighters, the best of the best. And then levies are basically just peasants with pitchforks. They make up the bulk of your entire army. And their job is basically just to be a cushion for your main forces so they don't take too much damage. Anyway, we wiped out their entire army. So let's get time taking along again, and look at that, we won. I did not expect this war to be a winning war. But, hey, all it cost us was one fight, and look at that. Because of my war contribution, you know, kind of being the first ones on the battlefield, we got a bunch of prestige for that. I'm very happy. We can now safely disband our troops. They will return home to Viking. Yes, I know we can have that feast. Okay, yes. My daughter, she had... Yeah, the guy that just died in that fight was her educator, so let's find you someone else. My chancellor can do that. He's pretty good. Who's this powerful vassal? I mean... You're not very good at anything, are you? The best thing you're at is intrigue, which I guess is a little bit better than my current spy master at intrigue 8. So sure, you can have this job. That does mean the other guy's gonna be fired. How does he... He still feels pretty good about me. Even though he wants to be on my council and I just fired him. He mostly likes me because I gave him a county. So. Let's wait for our army to recover because we did take a few heavy losses during that war. But it got us a lot of prestige, and that's what matters. I think what we might do is just hire one more stack of men-at-arms. And then, assuming nothing happens, we'll go to war with Upland and take them. Okay, so our army is back. So we've got 2 stacks of Huskarls. Let's get ourselves... Oh, they're actually currently at war. They're actually the attackers in this war. Oh my. Oh my. This is interesting. They're currently winning a war and are about to win a war with these guys over here. It's just a chiefdom that they're taking. This chiefdom right here. Well, what that means is, first of all, they're going to be exhausted from that war that they just fought. And second of all, it means when I subjugate them, we're going to get that county too, the one that they just fought for. Anyway, I want to look at what they have in their army. All they have are these Bondi, which are spearmen. Skirmishers, spearmen, archers. Okay, well, there doesn't seem to be a big preference. Yes, tech does advance. You don't really get tech past the medieval period because this game is just set in the medieval period, but also tech comes a lot slower than it does in Civ games. But for tech is based on your culture. So we're currently Norse, and so yeah, here is our culture. So right now, we're only tribal. We're not even feudal yet. Yeah, kind of like better swords and armor, although it's more passive stuff. It's not, although sometimes there'll be like, yeah, like here we've got, if we research Casa's Belli, we could have a specific war that we couldn't declare before. City planning would get us a lot more buildings that we can construct. I'm currently working on onagers, because currently we have no siege weapons as Norsemen. And siege weapons are pretty good in this game. They basically just make it so you can actually besiege places effectively. So I'm saving up for, well, yeah, it's going to take us 67 years to research that. And that's partly based on my learning skill, because I'm the head of our culture. I think that's based off of military strength, which means I basically get to designate what we're currently working towards. Everything else is passively going up. You see, Casa's Belli is going to be researched in 462 years. Everything's passively going up, but I can choose what we're focusing on, and how quickly that goes up is based off of my learning skill, which is currently poor. You can kind of look at these in terms of D&D stats, if you're familiar with D&D. So, 20 is pretty good, 10 is about average, and anything lower than 10 is not that great. So, I'm really good at martial, and I'm really good at intrigue, but my learning skill and diplomacy skills are my two worst. So yeah, we're currently tribal, working our way up towards actually being feudal. And that will give us a lot more tech. Let me show off some of the other tech. Let's look at late medieval. Bombards. So you can actually get like early age cannons in this game. Those really help sieges. Yeah, plate armor. So your heavy infantry and cavalry are going to be stronger. Thank you, Rusty Cowboy, for the follow. Yeah, so there's a lot of good late game tech. This is the one everyone wants, is primogeniture. Because succession is a big problem in this game. If you have, say, a massive territory and 5 sons, that entire territory is going to get split up between those 5 sons when you die. Upgrades are retroactive. The exception to that, yeah, sons. So, this is me. I play as this character. This character rules over this territory. And when I die, I'm currently 38 years old. When I die, I have 5 children. Luckily, only one of them is a son, so he's gonna get everything when I die. Because a lot of these places are very, they're patrilineal. So, they're patrilineal and prefer male heirs. So, if you had no sons and only daughters, then it would get split up between my 4 daughters. But because I have 1 son, everything's going to him. So, yeah, when you were asking about upgrades, when we research an upgrade, I think the only thing we need to actually change, everything else will retroactively upgrade. I think the only thing we really need to worry about upgrading are these here, which are the buildings inside of the various duchies. So these buildings will give you nice bonuses, like these trading outposts give me money. Longhouses give me some more levies and prestige, which is a currency in this game that's basically how well known I am in the world. And yeah, this makes my knights better, stuff like that. So these buildings are the only thing you need to actually invest in once you've researched something. Yeah, it's not really inconvenient. All you have to do is click a button and spend some money. So yeah, let's get time ticking along here. Yep, my neighbor's war is resolved. And oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do, wasn't I? I was gonna hire some more soldiers. Should it be the archers or the spearmen? Because all they have in their army... Well, they've also got Vigmen, the archers. These guys are good against archers, so we'll take that. Kind of. So, here, let me hire this first. These are all my stats right here. And my son, my heir, he has his own stats. He's not very good right now because he's only 5, and 5-year-olds aren't known for being good at stuff. But as he grows up and approaches 16, which is the age of adulthood in this game, once he reaches 16, these stats are going to start looking a little bit better. So right now he's got a martial skill of 4, which isn't great overall, but as a kid, that's pretty good. So he might be a pretty good martial leader when he takes over for me. And yeah, when I die, all these stats just disappear. And his stats will become my stats because I'll become him. So yeah, we've just hired that new stack of men-at-arms. We do have to wait for them to actually get hired. Because, yeah, you can see 100 out of 200. That number is slowly going to creep up to 200 as we find people that are and train them to be my new spearmen. But once they come, we're going to go ahead and declare war. So, it'll take us a little bit of time. Oh. Also, there are various events that pop up in this game just as time moves on. They're very random, and they do get affected by what you're currently focusing on. So I'm currently focusing on martial as my lifestyle. So I'm focusing on being good at martial, which means a lot of my events are going to be martial focused. So, the taverns of Oslo have seen an influx of glory-seeking warriors as of late. Among them, a group of old and battle-hardened veterans, Huskarls looking for a new master. There is also a whole host of enthusiastic young men that talk non-stop about finding glory on foreign shores. Perhaps I should seek to employ some of them. I don't have a lot of money right now, so hopefully that's not what they want. Yeah, they want money. So this, I would go in debt, but it would get me an army of 125 soldiers, and they'll disappear when I die and my heir takes over. I could say the young men are inexperienced, but so many. So basically I'm paying less gold for more men. I'm assuming they're going to be lower quality though. Alternatively, I could say double the price of the ale. That will actually get me gold, but it's going to stress me out because I'm my character is ambitious. These are my character traits right here. So I'm calm, brave, and ambitious. And anything I do that goes against those, that goes against my nature, will stress me out. So, and when you reach 100 stress, you have a mental breakdown. I mean, we could get that money back, right? Eventually. Yeah, this is very much like an RPG game. There's a lot of role-playing in here. Yeah, so... what's the worst that can happen if I go to debt? Rebellion? Nah, I'll take the cheaper soldiers. So what exactly... there we go, we got Glory Seekers. So they are spearmen? That's not that bad. Okay, what just happened? So my counselor died because of failed treatment. Because the year is 888. We haven't really advanced medicine all that much. That was my spy master too. I guess you can be my spy master again because you'll want to be on my council. What that also means though is I just inherited that person's territory. Which one was it? Was it this? Yeah, I think it was this one. I wish I knew which one it was. I feel like there's a way to see which my most recent thing was. Well, if we did this, title history. Okay, so I've always held this title. What about, was it this one? Title history, I've always, I feel like some, oh, that's because that's a duchy. No, I don't want the duchy, I want the county. Tell me the county. Not the duchy. The county. Well, it's not telling me anything about the county. But because it's held by me, I could check... oh, here it is. Title, history... no. Shoot, what did I just inherit? Are we sure it wasn't this one? Oh, I was looking at the duchy titles. Okay, this is what I just inherited. So, yeah, this is what I'm going to give away. Because, yeah, the person that held that title didn't have any heirs when she died. She did have a daughter, but that daughter died. So, the title then goes to me because I was her liege. But there's a limit to how many titles you can reasonably be in direct control of. So it's usually best to give these titles away to people. But you want to make sure the person you give it away to is trustworthy. So who's this person? Liotr. I think my son's name is also Liotr. So we've got brave, wrathful, deceitful. I don't like him being deceitful. That could be problematic. This guy is lustful, arrogant, and brave. Sure. Why not? Alternatively, this guy... He's ambitious. But he's also generous. Yeah, tell you what, you can have this county. So there you go. You now have that title. And you're now my direct vassal. Yeah, they can betray you, and they will cause trouble for you. There's a variety of things that can cause them to not like you. One of them is being a different culture from them, or a different religion. Another thing that can make them not like you is just if you're brand new. Like if your father just died and you took over. They're not as fond of brand new leaders, but they'll eventually warm up to you. Another thing, if you tax them too much, because each individual vassal... Let me look at my vassals here. No, that'd be in realm. Vassals. Yeah, so here my spy master. Why can't I do anything about his contract? Oh, probably because we've got too low tribal authority. Well, either way, at some point we'll be able to, like, play around and tax them a certain amount. And if you tax them too much, they won't like you. And then up here, we've got authority level. This is just kind of a basic general... Like, it's just a general representation of how much control you have. So right now, I'm just kind of a figurehead. I can tell people to do things and they'll do them, but for the most part, everyone can do whatever they want. Eventually you want to be up here, because that means you tax people more and they'll give you more soldiers. But they'll like you a lot less. But since I can afford it, and I'll want to get here anyway, I do want to eventually get to level 4. Let's go ahead and pass limited tribal authority. So I can finally imprison people if I don't like them. And tribal rulers with non-tribal lieges may settle, becoming feudal or clan. So let's pass that. And now, I actually could pass this too, if I wanted to. I don't feel like doing that right now, though. So, yeah, I've slightly increased the tribal authority. So I now have more say in what other people do. And yeah, right, I was looking at war. So, my current goal... This game doesn't really have an end game, necessarily. You just kind of play until you're done. And you can just set your own goals. I usually just like to grow and expand my realm. And you start off with counties. These are like the second smallest size of a title you can have. And counties are broken up into baronies, but you usually don't have to worry about that. County is like the lowest level that you can directly control yourself. Then counties make up duchies. Duchies make up kingdoms. And then kingdoms make up empires. So, it's kind of a game of building up. Some people do like to just play as like a county and just play like that for the rest of the game. And it can be kind of fun. I like to grow personally. And that means conquest. And currently, I would at some point like this territory over here, but I'm actually allied with them for whatever stupid reason. I don't know how we got that alliance. I didn't want that alliance, but we got it. It was through some marriage. So we can't reasonably conquer them, but what I can do is conquer these guys, and that will eventually lead me to forming the Kingdom of Norway. The kingdom currently doesn't exist, but if I were to have 16 total counties that are in this area, and throw a little bit of money, and have 2 duchy titles, I could actually form that kingdom. So that's what I'm currently working towards, and these guys have a big chunk of land that's part of that kingdom. So, as a tribal culture, I'm allowed once in a lifetime to declare war on someone to subjugate them. What that means is I just spend a bunch of prestige, go to war, and if I win that war, that person is deposed and I take all of their land. I'm only allowed to do it once per lifetime though, so this character still has 1 subjugation war they're allowed to do, and then I can't do another subjugation war again until I play as Leother. So, yeah, we're currently waiting on all my troops to show up, and then we're going to go ahead and declare war to subjugate my neighbors. It will create some title issues because I'm still only allowed to hold 3 titles, and yes, your territory does get split up if you have multiple sons, and if I didn't have any sons, it would get split up among my multiple daughters. So these are all the territories I have. My main heir will always take my main title. So the Jarldom of Viking, that's my main title, so my main heir will take that. And then everything else would get split up. At various stages, so say when we hit, I think it's High Medieval. Yeah, High Medieval gives you access to a succession law called High Partition. That basically means the majority of your titles will go to your heir, and then only a handful, like only 1 or 2 titles will go to your next of kin. So there are ways as the game goes on to make that not an issue. But in the early game, and pretty much until we get to this point, which won't be for another 2 centuries, we have to worry about succession. Yeah, if I have too many sons, you do have to kind of worry about, you can reconquer land. I believe, like, my son, if I had a second son, and this son didn't take this county, for instance, on the succession, he would have the right to conquer that land. So you might have to do some reconquest after you pass on and your titles get moved around. But yeah, you do have to be careful about having more than 1 title of the highest level. So right now, my highest level title is a duchy. If I had 2 duchies and more than 1 son, the other duchy would go to my other son, and I'd have to reconquer that duchy. Speaking of conquering duchies, here's a duchy we could actually go against. Oh my. I do have to worry about that. That's a subjugation war going on. But I think we'll be fine. Let's subjugate this Jarl. I will then take all of his land. Yeah, I take his primary title and make him my vassal. This is a show of his strength. So he has 13,000 soldiers. That includes his allies' strength. This is how much the war is going to cost. And, yeah. So let's declare this war. If I wanted to, I could call my allies in to help me out. It would cost me a bit of prestige, and I don't think I need their help. I think I'll be just fine on my own. So look at that. I've got a strength of 2,800 men. I want to lead this charge. And yeah, so we could just go straight for the capital. Sometime, let me see if I can find an example of this. If I went, oh, here we go. Yeah. I could go straight for this territory. The problem is because it's not it's surrounded by territory that I don't control, or that isn't neutral. I would actually take attrition going through here. Also, my army has supplies that I have to watch out for. That's basically like food and stuff, and water. And when supplies reaches 0, then my army starts taking attrition. But for now, we'll be fine. And yeah, basically in wars, just go county by county. Yes, terrain plays a massive role. So, for instance, right here we've got hills, which here's where it says. So hills has a supply penalty. And it means my army is only going to move at 80% speed, and combat width is a concept that I don't fully grasp, and I don't worry too much about it. But that's also limited in hills, and defenders get a massive advantage in hills. We've got forest, plains, mountains, desert. There's all sorts of different terrain. And they'll also affect the effectiveness of your soldiers. Like, for instance, archers are going to be better in some terrain than they would in others. Horsemen, I don't currently have any horsemen in my army, but if I did have some, say, light horsemen, they're not very good in mountains, desert mountains, or wetlands. So you do have to watch out for stuff like that. Yeah, they called their ally to this war. Also, you have to watch out for river crossings, because those are easy to defend. And so if I were to, like, say, cross this river and go into my enemy, they would have a massive advantage. Except for the fact that I have this forder ability, which is, not all commanders get this ability, but if you can get it, it's good, because it basically means you can cross water without having penalties to your advantage. Anyway, we're besieging this territory. It's going to take us 4 months to do. Various events will happen as this ticks along, like they're slowly being starved out, and they're getting diseased. Also, so my wife is now pregnant. Let's hope she doesn't give birth to a son. And my daughter, I think this is my firstborn daughter. Yeah, my firstborn daughter finally has given birth. So I am now a grandfather. And I could name him whatever I want. Odor is fine. Just a little bit more, the siege will be done, and we can take it over. Also, you may notice the everything has gone white. That is because of winter. And yes, my character's mask did change, I guess. I guess it depends on, like, if I'm actually leading a battle or not. Also, yeah, my prowess is 22, which is excellent. Yeah, winter also affects a lot of stuff, especially supplies. But if you're playing as Norsemen, like I am, you have access to special units that actually gain bonuses in winter because they're actually tough to fighting in winter. Okay, we are almost done with the siege. Alright, the siege is done. So a few things just happened. First of all, we took control of this entire county. We don't own it, but it's under our control. Second thing that happened, we gained a bunch of war score. This down here, it's a percentage, and when that percent reaches 100 on either side, then the loser is forced to concede. Well, the winner can force a concede out of the loser. Technically, you can still keep fighting if you want. Also, because I just besieged their capital, I got a prisoner. And that prisoner happens to be the wife of the person I'm at war with, as well as his granddaughter. So that gives me a bunch of leverage, meaning I actually have a lot more war score than I might otherwise have. But the war is still not won yet, because there is a whole bunch of land here. So I'll just go ahead and keep besieging until this war score does reach 100. Or I think I have a special trait that lets me force a peace at 90% instead of 100. But either way, yeah, basically keep building up that war score. We are taking a bit of supply penalties, but this is fine. We could assault the fort. Oh no, we can't, because we can't breach their walls because we don't have siege weapons. What just happened here? So my daughter that I'm educating, she's 13 now. She was fighting with her sister? Oh no, she was so this daughter was attempting to preach among her fellow youngsters and became the target of a fight. Then this daughter, the one I'm educating, intervened and managed to stop the fight before anyone got hurt. So this is an event where I can basically determine one of the traits they'll have. A character will have 3 main character traits by the time they come of age. So this is her 3rd trait. So she's currently calm, and she could keep calm. Or I also had the opportunity to take a little bit of stress in order to make her zealous. That's an interesting decision. I could go for that. But she's not going to be the character I play as when I die. Nor is she going to be the next character I play as if my current heir dies. So I'm not going to take a bunch of stress over this. I'm just going to let her stay calm. Also, watch the siege progress. Yeah, normally these siege events take 20 days to happen if you don't have any siege weapons. But I currently have the military engineer trait, which means siege phase time is a lot faster. My cousin was just taken prisoner. Well, that doesn't really affect me too much. Also, let's see. Okay, we've got a few things being notified here. Most important is my son, my actual heir, is finally old enough to start learning some stuff because he's 6 years old. I could tell him to focus on a specific form of education, and because of his childhood trait, he's a rowdy person, so he'd be good with martial or intrigue. His martial skill is 5, so we want to double down on martial and make sure he's going for that. And now let's find him a guardian. Well, who's the best martial teacher around? Oh yes, it's me. So I'm going to teach my son how to be good at martial skills. And the other good thing about that is I can now really designate what sorts of traits my heir is going to have. Alright, 3 months till the siege is over. Oh, there's their main army. Yeah, it's a family sim as well as anything else. Okay, so my wife, thank goodness, she gave birth to another daughter. I don't mind having another daughter. Daughters are fine, and it means succession isn't going to be messed up when I die. Oh yeah, there were peasants rising up in rebellion against me, weren't there? That's fine. Uh, 1-0. Okay, so we've taken that county, and we've taken a prisoner. Whoever that person is. Cool. They are trying to relieve their capital. We're gonna not let that happen. So, we have basically every advantage except for the fact that our supplies are running low. But this should be fine. And yeah, they're trying to get away because they know they'll lose that fight, but we'll still catch up to them, hopefully. There we go. Yeah, so you can see the red kind of shows my men-at-arms aren't very good in this current fight, and green shows that they are very good. And we just won that fight, and it was actually a good enough battle to win us the war. We only took 66 losses in that fight. And we cut their army in half. Also, I have a new trait. What's a good trait to have? I could go for Overseer, which would give me a lot of... It would give me more martial, and stewardship isn't that bad, as well as more control. Strategist, however. I like Strategist if you're someone who's leading the war effort, which my character currently is. Yeah, I'm maxed out in Gallant. I usually like to fill out an entire tree before moving on to something else, but you don't have to. The only reason you might go for an entire tree first is if you want the perks here at the end, and I usually like to go for them. So over here, yeah, I think Strategist would be good for me. So, my Casus Belli are going to be cheaper now. That's good. And yeah, we're at 98%, but because of my trait, I can force them to go to peace with me. They will accept that in a minute. And there we go. To my liege, your great appetites are renowned throughout the world. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. So I take his primary title, and he is now my vassal. Also, I can disband my army now. Oh, that's my dog. I heard a sound, and I thought it was something from the game. So now my realm has expanded quite a bit. And, oh, look at that, 2 duchy titles. That's very nice. I do now have a vassal. He does not like me. he really does not like me. I could make him like me a little bit better by putting him on my council, which I'll probably... Can I make you my... No, I cannot make you my realm priest, because he does have a really good learning stat. It would be dangerous, which is why you don't want him to be your spy master, because your spy master is going to prevent you from like being assassinated. But having them on your council will help them warm up to you. And you see this negative 53, that really can be mitigated by putting him on my council, because 40 of that is because he wants to be on the council. And I think he gets a plus 10 when he's on the council, so then he would just be at a negative 3, which isn't that bad. I think he would make a good steward, though. He's as good as my current steward, and he actually deserves to be there because he is a powerful vassal. A powerful vassal basically is just a measure of, like, he controls a bunch of territory. So, yeah, I'll make him my steward. And look at that, negative 3. Also, he might like me a little bit more if I were to release his wife. Let me look at that. My prisoners, so I have 5 prisoners. These people I've had imprisoned for years now. So yeah, his wife, I could ransom her for 25 gold. That's not bad. I'll do it. All these people, they like don't have any money, so I can't ransom them. I could execute them. I could force them to convert to my religion if they didn't already follow it. But no need to do that. Anyway. Next thing on our to-do list is crush this rebellion that's going to happen in 9 months. Because peasants in one of my counties aren't very happy. And it's because of the so-called troll that destroyed my face. So I'll just wait for that rebellion to happen, and they're not going to have any good soldiers, and they only have like 20% of my military strength, so I'm not worried about that rebellion in the slightest. And look at that, we got more palisades. I think that was in Oslo? Yeah, that was Oslo. So... what do I want to do? I think I want better longhouses, so we can upgrade this to a gathering hall. That would give me 75 more levies, which isn't that much, but plus 2 to control growth, or plus 0.2, as well as plus 0.3 prestige every month. So let's build that. We are Vikings after all, so we enjoy our gathering halls. And out of curiosity, how close are we to forming this here kingdom? No, the kingdom. We still need 6 more counties. 6 more counties before we can form this kingdom. And what just happened here? At first I thought the simple footman a fool for stepping onto the training field. Although Frothe seems no threat at first, it quickly became clear that he would be unable to stop his wild and vicious strikes from hurting me. Disarming him suddenly became a matter of life and death. I tried not to show my relief when his sword finally hit the ground. So I was sparring with this guy, and he turns out to be very good at sparring. Oh yeah, prowess skill of 19. That's why. But I was able to disarm him, so now I can choose what to do. I could hire him, which I think I want to do, because I currently need, like, I can have up to 13 champions, and I only have 6. So he would make a good champion for me. Yeah, he's of the right religion, the right culture. I could, on the other hand, you know, tell him down with a Lecture of Honor, or I could kill him, which would make me dread. Dread is basically a function of how willing are your underlings likely to rise up in rebellion against you. If they know you'll do things like execute people on the spot, they will fear you and not want to rebel against you as much. But no, I'll take you into my court. Hopefully he'll become a knight right away. Look at that, he became a knight right away. And he's already my best knight. So, how's this faction doing? 4 months. Also, my wife is part of my council. She gave me some prestige. That's nice. Yeah, on your council, you always have this spot for your wife. You can tell... Oh, I'll have her assist me, by the way. I was previously having maybe assassinating people. But no, just have her boost all my general stats would be fine. And if she owned any land, she wouldn't actually be on this council. It's because she doesn't own land that she is. Okay, so I still need 6 more counties before I can form this kingdom. What are some good counties I could conquer? There's 1, 2, 3. I mean 4, 5, 6 here, but that's because of that marriage. She's 57 though. Maybe she's not long for this world. How's this rebelling? 1 month. Any day now. There they go. Okay. To the abhorrent Jarl Haralder, we have been burdened with your oppressive laws for far too long. No more. We are done paying your taxes. Once your coffers dry up and your larder are empty, you will wish you had treated us more fairly. This is the leader of the rebellion, by the way. But they're just peasants. So, I could grant them the tax lien. That would mean that county is a lot more rowdy. I won't be ruling them with an iron fist necessarily. Or I could say, never. A peasant's lot is to serve their lord. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go to war with them. Oh look, they've spawned an army of 700 soldiers. This little diamond here, by the way, next to the number, is a representation of their troop quality. Because these are all just peasants, they're not very good quality. Where are my armies currently going to be raised? We'll raise them right here. And you'll see when I raise my army, yeah, look at that, 3 diamonds. That means my army is a lot better. Although once my peasants all showed up to fight in my army, it went back down to 2, but that's still pretty good. Time to go teach them a lesson. And down they go. And what is this? An event. Many treaties have Many treatises have been written on honorable conduct in war, but those authors' lives weren't on the line when they put pen to paper. I know from experience the best way to defeat my enemies is to ensure we only engage in battle on my terms. That is very true. I believe Sun Tzu would agree with that. The question is, what terms would be most advantageous? So, this is going to be a challenge for me. It's basically a skill check based on my intrigue skill to try and trick them into overextending. That would give me some martial experience and give me this benefit for the next 5 years. Or it's going to be an embarrassing failure and it'll cost me a bit of prestige. And both of these are not gonna... Both of these are gonna cost me some stress because they go against my nature. So I'll go with this. Hopefully I succeed this skill check. Let's see, I gathered my retinue together for some war games, eager to try out my idea of faking a route to lure my opponent into overextending. Unfortunately, when my team attempted to try my new tactic, we were unable to hold our ground. We suffered a quick and humiliating defeat when the enemy's side quickly broke through our line and caused our ranks to disintegrate. Even everyone who participated in the games now thinks that I'm a fool, and I want no further involvement in my... Oh, they want no further involvement in my ideas. Alright, anyway, so this war is done. We only lost 28 men, and we slaughtered all of them. So, concede, you filthy peasants. Greetings, Jarl Heralder of Viking. Peace be with you. I know when I'm defeated, it seems I am left with no choice but to comply with your demands. Signed, Ingimar Godi. Or, that's not a D. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that letter. I think it might be a TH sound, but I don't... I'm just gonna go with the D until someone tells me otherwise. So yeah, the peasant faction is disbanded, and I imprison their leader. No. Alright, disband my army. And now you... You're a peasant, so I can't actually... No one would be willing to ransom you. I wonder... What if we were to have a grand blot? Yeah. Let's have a grand feast. Although smaller blot are held for many occasions throughout the year, once a decade, the Asatruans of Viking come together for a grand celebration and, most importantly, a grand sacrifice. Though plentiful blood is shed for the gods, the meat of the offerings goes to the faithful. Such rich feast usually makes for an incredible party. Of course, such an affair is expensive, and certainly not all Asatruans need to be invited. So this is gonna determine how much money I'm spending on this. I don't have that much gold in the bank. Yeah, let's just say all the freemen of my domain shall come. So not the peasants, but, you know, anyone with status is allowed to come to my grand feast. Oh, I need to get time moving. Oh, okay, this is interesting. So, because this is a game about succession and about prestige, every person of significance is part of a dynasty. I am part of House Yingling, and each dynasty is like, they have a level of splendor, which is basically, if you were to just say their name in, like, say, a different court, would people recognize that name? We're pretty obscure. No one is likely to have heard of House Yingling unless, like, we rule over you. And even then, not necessarily. So, and we currently have 13 living members that are part of the dynasty. As time goes on, you will earn renown as a function of basically the level of rulership that each member of your dynasty is. So I'm a duke, and we also have one family member that was married into being a duke or duchess, as well as just having a lot of living members. So that determines...
Sit up straight, son. I'm worried about you.
Okay, posture check. Yeah, so we've got our level of splendor, and this is how much renown we gain over time as a function of that, as a function of those qualifications. We can now spend some of that renown that we've been building up to actually gain a legacy. My character does not. My character is independent, but it is entirely possible to play as like someone who's a subordinate of a bigger ruler. But no, we're just an independent duchy. So, yeah, a legacy is basically a trait that will go down with your bloodline. So any of these benefits will carry on for the rest of your children. And there are different trees that you can fill out. So this is based off of like kind of education. This is kind of built off of your bloodline, like the so-called purity of your bloodline. This is kind of your ability to conduct schemes. This is just administrative stuff. This is being able to fight well. This is the ability to pillage and adventuring, as well as glory, which is, yeah, kind of like overall how well renowned you are, and kinship. I want to look at some of these up here though, because these I think are unique to being Norse, and I think there's also yeah, these were added with the recent DLC. So I don't think I've actually looked at any of them yet. So adventuring, that gives us more diplomatic range and gives us more bonus troops above the cap when we do adventuring. And let's see, send gift cost is cheaper, and seduction schemes are more likely to be successful. Different faith opinion goes up. Enemy hostile scheme success chance, movement speed plus 10%, and supply duration. I like that. And we can use the befriend scheme on our vassals. And each of my friends gives me +3 vassal opinion, +2 popular opinion, and a 1% vassal tax contribution. Let's see, pillaging. I'm a little bit hesitant to do adventuring, but pillaging I'm a little bit more familiar with. So prowess +1 is just for every single character of my dynasty gets that, as well as +20% naval speed, which is pretty good, and the 100% prestige and fame from battles. I like the sound of that. Always space in the hold, so army loot, the amount of money they can carry back from raiding goes up, and we get some bonus defender advantage and heavy infantry. Being able to have more heavy infantry in the long run is also pretty good. Gold from ransoms go up, as well as prestige when ransoming prisoners. Hey Kit, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just going through the legacy perks because I just unlocked my first legacy perk. And some of these I'm not so familiar with. I kind of like the pillaging tree though. Making a killing, enemy fatal casualties go up, as well as gain gold from battles. That's nice. And no quarter, daily siege progress goes up, enemy counties lose substantial extra control when occupied. Yeah, let's go for pillaging. So sea wolves is what we're going to take. So prowess +1. And faster naval speed, as well as getting lots of prestige when we fight. Oh yeah, let's do that. I like the sound of that. Yeah, Viking stuff. Okay, so as I was saying before, we're 6 counties away from forming the Kingdom of Norway. So we gotta start thinking. We could pick off, these 3 counties at once and kind of wait for my ally to die so I can go to war with them. Oh yeah, and we were hosting this sacrificial feast, weren't we? So, a blot can be both a grand and a small affair. By tradition, they also include both human and animal sacrifice. Several prisoners will be offered to the gods, perhaps even including a special choice of my own, their lives given in tribute to the gods. Though the beliefs of Asatru demand this, there are some at my court who are disgusted by the very idea, and the ceremony can proceed with purely animal sacrifices if I wish to avoid controversy. Why would we wish to avoid controversy? Hi, Abysmal Curry. Why would we do that? Because it's our tradition. We're gonna have human sacrifice, okay? It's just our tradition. Yeah, so that's animal sacrifices. Bring forth a beast of fowl for every man. Tradition matters. The gods shall taste human blood. And only the finest sacrifices. Okay, let's just say tradition matters. I can't really afford to go all out on the sacrifice, but I do want to sacrifice humans. So yeah, Asatruns will like me more, but any of my subjects that do not enjoy human sacrifice will like me less. Also gain some more prestige from this. Yeah, let's do that. If you're talking about the guy that's now on my council, I cannot do that. What I am hoping to be able to do is sacrifice the guy that was leading my rebellion. I think that might be the guy you were talking about. So hopefully I can do that. I have done one of these before, but I didn't get the option to choose my sacrifice then, so hopefully that changes. Come on, give me a good option. Hurry up with this feast. It's already March. Actually, it's now April. Here we go, we got the sacrifice. The grand feast, I guess. The temple is filled past bursting with happy, cheering Ossatruans, all roaring as a gaggle of terrified prisoners are marched towards the altar, animals trailing behind them. The first sacrifice thrashes ferociously at that throttle his life away, the light in his eyes lasting till the first animal is slaughtered. Human corpses to the hanging tree, animals to the cooking fires. All gore is collected in a bowl, and gore. I'll just say gore. Use it to paint the walls of the temple inside and out. Truly a spectacle worthy of the gods. So we could say time to rub shoulders with the common muck. So that would be all the counties that were invited. Would lose. So popular opinion would go up, basically. Alternatively, I could say to Odin, Freya, and the other gods. All that would happen would mean my realm priest likes me more. Now let's rub shoulders with the common muck. One of my neighbors won a war. Good for them. Is there gonna be another event related to that grand sacrifice, or is it just done? Is it even going to notify me that event's over? Okay, I guess the event's over. I was hoping I could sacrifice someone, but whatever. Okay, yeah, this guy's still alive. Fine, we're going to execute you. So this would give me dread because I'm executing someone. And although it wouldn't gain me as much dread as if I were to execute, say, one of my own vassals, or someone with higher renown than he does, I gain a bit of piety for doing this because we Ossatruans like to sacrifice people, and he's a criminal, so I won't be a tyrant for doing this. There he goes, he's dead. Everyone else can just rot in the dungeon. And yeah, let's look at our next target now. So this chiefdom right here, it's just the one county. They're actually currently losing a war. I'll let them finish up that war, and then I'll look at going to war with them. Because if they were to be conquered by someone, and I were to then conquer that person that just conquered them, it would save me a lot of trouble. Oh, that's actually an offensive war. So really never mind. But they are defending against that subjugation war. That's something I do need to worry about. The attackers only have 1,000 strength. I think we can handle it. So, actually, let me double check here. This guy is just a neighboring ruler. Yeah. So, I can't subjugate him because I've already used my once-in-a-lifetime war. One of my vassals has a claim, so we could use that. Yeah. No. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna use a Conquest, which will be a lot cheaper for me because all it costs is piety. But also in conquering the county, I can then just give it to the guy that has a claim on it. So we'll do that. Time to go to war with you. Lovely music playing. And they've actually got allies. What do you mean I'm commanding another? Oh, right. I guess our army got split up because of... Subjugation is... I don't know by definition how they're different from one another. Oh, come on. Really? Why will that result in casualties? Okay, well, never mind then. I'm just gonna have you go here. Why are we taking attrition from this? Fine, whatever. You just both go here. You'll take attrition, whatever. Yeah, I don't know, like, by definition how subjugation is different from conquest, but in terms of game, like, how it's represented in the game, subjugation is basically you, once in a lifetime, basically look at someone that borders you, say, I want their land, and then you take, well, like, their primary title, I guess is what you're really going for. You take their primary title as well as all their land. But they still, like, hold the titles. Conquest, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure this is how it works. I'm pretty sure they don't keep their titles. Instead, I just take the title off of them. Anyway, we're almost there. Here we are, fighting this fight. These guys are taking their sweet time showing up. Alright, we won that. We only took 100 losses. They took 700 losses. I think that was a good fight for us. And my dog is wanting in my room, but I'm just not going to let him in here because he's going to immediately want to be let out. Let me tell you, that's going to happen. Sweet, I've got a martial perk. If he keeps making racket, though, I will... No, he's a tiny dog. He's a Shih Tzu. Okay. Okay. He's getting panicky. He's very attached. I'll let him in, and if he wants to be let out, I'll let him out. And I knocked over my water bottle, which startled him. Hey, Mackie. Okay. Do not tell me you immediately want to be let back out. I just let you in. Okay, so yeah, we've got another martial lifestyle perk. I like movement speed up. Movement speed up is always great. We don't have any siege weapons yet. Yeah, let's take the movement speed up. And we've also got all those things. So, that'll just be good for us. Also, let's merge my armies together. I don't like them being separate. I'll be in the charge here. Another one of my neighbors won a war. Good for them. Okay, so my daughter that I was educating has come of age. She is now 16. God, she's terrible. Thank God I'm not actually playing as her next. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing if I was playing as her next, but yeah, those are not good stats. She did get a level 3 martial skill, which is not the worst. And she's a winter soldier. So yeah, with her coming of age, my tuition of her is at an end. With sufficient tutelage, even a child that has displayed little natural inclination towards warfare, such as herself, can come to truly understand it. She has shown great aptitude both in battle tactics and the management of armies. It is a shame that she will never command armies, because she is a woman. So yeah, she gained two traits. If you train someone in martial, like educate them, they will always gain a bonus martial specific trait. Also, I can't help but notice. Yeah, she can be a shield maiden, she just can't command armies. I can't help but notice my alliance with these people is over. Yes, I know how that works. My alliance with these people over here has ended because I guess the person that I'd married into that alliance is dead. So we'll look at that next. In the meantime, I do need a new counselor, though, especially a spy master. You see, this champion we do not want on... We do not want him to be my spy master because he doesn't like me. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Kit. Have fun with the rest of your day. He doesn't like me because whatever religion he follows, looks like it's just some pagan religion, they do not believe in human sacrifice. So what I'll do instead is my cousin, he likes me a lot, and he is just as good at intrigue. In fact, he's better educated at intrigue. He will make a good spy master. Anyway, this war should end pretty soon. They don't always get replaced with their own offspring. Whenever they die, well, yeah, if you're talking in terms of, like, their titles. So, my vassals, say I have a vassal that owns, like, this county right here. That vassal, when he dies, or she dies, that county will then, if they have an heir, go on to that heir. And kind of the same thing if they had these two counties and had two children, say they were both sons, then those titles will get split up among those two sons. So yes, every character in this game follows the same rules of when you die, their legacy will get carried on by their children. Anyway, we've done with this war. I've conquered that county. I've gained that title. Thank you. To the cold-hearted Jarl Heralder, may your years be short and miserable. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. There you go. Let's disband my army. So I now technically... I guess I can do that. I now own this county here. I'm going to give it to you. Part of it, he doesn't like that I own a county that he has the right to. I'm going to give it to him. You do want to be a little careful about giving people too many titles, because if he becomes too powerful and he controls like the majority of the land in my empire, he could rise up in rebellion and cause tons of issues for me. So we do want to be careful of that. But for the time being, yeah, we got some good stuff out of that war. We got a new county, and I'll let him worry about that. Oh, look at that. Yes, speaking of Shield Maiden, pretty much, yeah. For the cost of some prestige, I can make my daughter into a Shield Maiden. She'd be pretty decent at that. She does have 12 prowess and 13 martial. Sure, you can be a Shield Maiden. There you go. So she is now Shield Maiden. Let's see, what else do we have? When my cousin inherits a foreign title, I'll lose the land he currently owns. Yeah, this is a problem with, succession in this game. If someone owns land in your realm, so say this kid owns this county, he's actually in line to inherit a jarldom. Oh, come on, let me select it. Let me select it. There we go. He is in line to inherit this jarldom, which is a duchy. Because a duchy is higher tier than a county, and because I'm also technically duke, I'll lose the land that he currently owns when he inherits this. And I do need to watch that because... yeah, look at that. What I can do to fix that is I could conquer the duchy he's in line to inherit. Or I could give him a duchy. Basically do whatever so that doesn't happen. Also, this vassal is now powerful enough and wants a position on my council. You wouldn't be the best chancellor, but that's the only thing he's good at, and 13 isn't bad. So sure, you can be my chancellor. I'm also being flagged that my daughter, the Shield Maiden, can now marry. So, in terms of marriage, you have the option between patrilineal, which is the default, and matrilineal. It basically just means if they produce any offspring, will the offspring be of my dynasty or not? I could marry her to the King of Estonia. He would actually be down for that. That's an interesting proposition. She's 16. Yeah. So the king is not going to marry matrilineally. Because why would he? He's a king. But... so marrying him would secure an alliance with Estonia. As well as I would now have in my dynasty someone that's a queen. Which would gain us a bunch of renown. Not to mention, he's 52 and he's chaste. which means their likelihood of producing children is not terribly high before he dies. So it is entirely possible that I could remarry her matrilineally when he dies. Yeah, let's marry that King of Estonia. Alright. So it was, I guess, a little waste of prestige, because she can no longer be my shield maiden. Well, no, she is still a shield maiden. But maybe she's not in my army anymore. Yeah, I'm still only at 7. It's a little bit unfortunate, but it's fine. Also, the game is telling me I can create this duchy, because even though I have all the land necessary to create it, you still have to throw some money around to, like, make it an actual title. I'm not going to worry about that just yet, because I'm most interested in producing this kingdom, which we're going to need some money to create that title as well. And we're 5 counties off from being able to do that. So let's just wait for my army to recover. Oh, someone wants me to go to war with them. I'm busy, what do you want? Oh, it's the King of Estonia. The one that I just made an alliance with. What do you want? I call on you to honor our alliance and join me in the... Oh man, it's the Northman army again. He's not gonna like me if I say no, so I'll say yes. Sure, I guess I'll help you out. I kind of have other stuff that I want to do. But sure. I'll wait for my army to fully recover. And my son. So it's time for his first lifestyle perk. Also, he is stuttering, which is a congenital trait, meaning it's something that can be passed down through your bloodline. He was the child of one of my concubines who is also stuttering. But yeah. So, my son and heir, Leother, has been impressed with one of the household champions for a very long time. After finally meeting in person, he has been repeating the warrior's words to himself. Greatness comes in time. Be there to grasp it when it does. So, keep in mind, we want him to have good martial perks. So, patient is what he currently has. That gives him some learning. It's not bad. Alternatively, we could make him generous, which is just a bunch of extra diplomacy, but it does mean he taxes people less. Or diligent. What does diligent do? Oh, I love diligent. It's +1 across the board. It does mean he gains stress more, like, when he gains stress, he'll gain more stress. Yeah, but I want to make him diligent. He must be taught that hard work always produces results. So there you go. He's now diligent. Anyway, how's my army doing? Okay, we're fully recovered. Alright. It's time to go do this war thing that I got called on by Estonia. They're really more trouble than they're worth. Alright, I will lead this fight myself, and let's go. Let's sail over to Estonia. Probably best not to sail right on top of them, because you do have a combat penalty when you're disembarking your ships. Alright, we are now headed across the water. Oh, one of my neighbors lost a war. Good for them. Okay, we're now disembarking. And I want to wait for that recently disembarked penalty to go away in a month before I actually engage. How is that siege going? So 2 months left on that siege. I should be able to stop them before then. Or 3, 2, 1. Okay. We're now ready. Let's engage. So this is going to be balanced. I feel like as soon as we engage, my allies are going to try to help out. They have more soldiers, but they are also starving. And we're technically the defenders. And we're defending in a taiga. Which, let's look at... No, not that. Taiga. So, yeah, defender advantage. So, hopefully this fight should go pretty well for us. And hopefully we can catch them before their siege is done. See, now my allies are seeing what's happening, so they're gonna come help out. I'm gonna take the brunt of the pain. But, yeah, see, they're starting to move in. I could really use your help. Oh. Oh, interesting. My spy master has come to me with grave news. While we don't know who, someone is plotting to kill my son, Leother. Oh no. That's really bad. We need to find out who. We need to stop that. Alright. So, we've won that war. Gives us a bunch of prestige. So be it. And disband my army. We can go back home. We took 900 losses, but we absolutely wiped out their entire army. Which is what we want. There's this runestone. I think that costs money, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, remember, we want this duchy. That's our current goal. Go for that duchy as soon as my army recovers. Also, remember, we did get that prisoner. We cannot ransom you. That's unfortunate. Okay, we've got smuggling going on in one of my chiefdoms. That's fine. Okay, my army is recovered. We want to do this now because she's 60. So, before she passes on, we want her duchy. So, let's go to war. We could go for this person's claims. Oh yeah, that's my cousin's claims as well. We've also got the Conquer Duchy. I'm gonna go for the Conquered Duchy. Instead of pressing his claims, he might still be my vassal. Yeah, that's why I don't want to do that, because he would then become independent. He would like me a lot because I gave him that entire duchy, but because it's, because I'm also Duke level, he would no longer have to answer to me. So we're not going to push those claims, we're just going to conquer. And let's go to war. Raise my armies. Alright, our armies are raised. I'll go ahead and lead this army. And we're gonna intercept them before they can get away. They only have 400 soldiers. We've already demolished their army. Only took 16 losses there. And already at 50% war score. So now we just wait 7 months for us to take their capital. Oh no, my counselor. Oh, it's the counselor. This guy, the steward, he died. That's interesting. Must have been from some illness. Well, let's look for the next steward. I guess it can be you. You're the one that doesn't like me because I sacrificed people. But steward isn't like the most powerful position to be in, so yeah, he can have steward. Oh no, and my... Oh, people are dying from their internal injuries, and this was... Oh. That was actually the cousin that was my spy master. Well, that's interesting. Everyone else is kind of terrible at spy master stuff. You would be decent at it, but you don't really like me enough. So then we have the option to recruit this guy to my court. No, I don't want him in my court. Tell you what, we can get this guy to like me more. Do you know how we can do that? Well, first of all, demand his conversion. Because then he'll follow my religion. And there you go, he likes me more. So, let's go ahead and make him my new spy master. And let's get ourselves... we really do not have any good stewards. Hey, Corey. Yeah, I did tell him to change religions, and sometimes they're allowed to say no, but sometimes they kind of have to agree with you. I'm not really sure what the requirements are for that. This guy's gonna drop dead at any moment. I really have no good stewards. Fine, you can be my steward. You suck at it. But you can be that. Okay, and my concubine is pregnant. Please don't give birth to a son. That would absolutely ruin my day. I guess there are worse things, but still. Also, yeah, keep in mind, someone is plotting to assassinate my son. So it's not a bad idea to have a backup. Uh-huh. This is interesting. So we found out it's actually my daughter who's plotting to kill my son. Do you know why she's doing that? Well, a few reasons. First of all, she's ambitious. She wants power, or like some position of authority in this world. She wants to move up in this world. She's also sadistic. And fickle. So she's kind of hard to predict. On top of... yeah, so she's ambitious. And the fact... like... let's see. Oh. Oh, thank you, Foxy-chan, for the raid. Yeah, she's also my eldest daughter. So she was initially going to be my... she was my heir until until my concubine gave birth to the son. So she wants him out of the way so she can have that back. That is very bold of you. Can I imprison you for it? We might be able to. Let's see. No, what am I? Intrigue. Schemes. Wait a minute. Oh, is the scheme over? Now that we've discovered who's behind it? I have no idea. But she is dangerous to my heir. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do about you. Imprisonment is the first thing on my mind. She can go free for now. I think my son is relatively safe now that we know it's her. We might be able to banish her, actually. Let's look. Let's see. Sway, educate. I could grant her a pardon, which would basically be like, no, you're not a criminal. Oh, do I not have a court position? Okay, I do have a court position. No, I'm not seeing a banishment option. I could disinherit her, but that costs me renown, and I want to save that up anyway. Yeah, imprisonment is like the only thing I can do. Which I have a decent chance of her coming quietly. But yeah. Also, my dog is rolling around on the floor, rubbing his face all over everything, and it is adorable to watch. Alright, we've now won this war. Enforce those demands. There we go. Greetings, Jarl Heralder of Viking. Your great appetites are renowned throughout the world. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. What you doing, buddy? What you doing? So, yeah, she now becomes my vassal. And yeah. So my realm is growing bigger and bigger as time goes on. Again, we got that runestone option, whatever. So now I've got 2 duchy titles. Really, I could have sworn I should have gotten her duchy as well, but maybe she didn't have it to begin with. So yeah, I don't really need this county for anything, so someone else can have it.
What is it? What? What? What is it you want? What is it you want? What is it? Ooh.
He definitely wants dinner. We feed the dogs at 5:30 every day, and hush. And he knows it. He's expecting food now, pretty much. Although
We don't feed you for another 18 minutes, do we? No, we don't. We don't feed you for another 18 minutes.
Ooh. He's suffering. Yeah, I know some dog owners will like just have food in their dog's dish at all times, and they'll like just know when is the right time to eat, but with our dogs, they're like goldfish. They will just eat until they die. And we need to control their weight, both of them. Hush, hush. Let's see. So, yeah, I need to find someone worth giving this county to. Impatient, lustful, brave. You're my champion. Brave, wrathful, cynical. Sure. Here you go. Have a county. Alright. You know what? Yeah. I'm just gonna let you out. Hopefully you'll get food soon. And there he goes. Alright. So... yeah, we've just got a few more counties to take over before we can form Norway. Just need 2 more. So... what are those 2 counties going to be, huh? Is it going to be you two? You two seem pretty tasty looking. Oh, thank you for the sub, Razzie. Welcome to the guild. Yeah, so we've got... what's this telling me up here? I can imprison my daughter. I can ransom this person. I mean, sure, I've got no use for you. Oh, I do have news for everyone. So I had an artist picked out for, to make me my emotes. And that was, like, weeks ago. And they still hadn't started. Like, they had a big backlog. And... so, yeah, basically I decided to go with someone else instead, and this person should hopefully be a little bit more reliable, but that does mean emotes soon. Hopefully. Not to say bad things about the other person, I mean, things always come up in life, you know. I'm sure they're a reasonable person to commission for anything, but yeah, it just wasn't working out. So anyway, we've got these places. I guess it doesn't really matter which one you go for first. How about you, friend? Would you like to be conquered? Let's conquer you. Okay. I love the music when you go to war as a Viking in this game. It's beautiful. Alright, take a few more days for us to gather everyone. Let's make sure I am leading this charge, because I want to be. Alright. time to kick your ass and take your land. Alright, see ya, Maisel, and thanks for stopping by and hanging out in the stream. Okay. So the King of Sweden... Oh, hydration. The King of Sweden is now the head of the Norse culture. Because I guess I was just hanging out and not being strong enough. So my son, it's now time for him to have another trait. Oh, this is not good. He's craven. First of all, it's a sin to all of us Asatruans, those that follow the Viking faith. It's a sin to be craven. Second of all, it's the exact opposite of what I want. I want him to be good at martial and prowess, and that doesn't do that for him. So yeah, he came to me complaining about this girl bullying him. He's been hiding all over the castle to avoid facing the other child. I mean, fair. That is kind of what I would do if I was... if I had a bully, but, yeah, tell you what, arbitrary is better than craven, especially if you're a Viking. So, yeah, I'll take the stress. He will get less stewardship, more intrigue, less learning. He will gain less stress overall. And people will actually dread him. Yeah, this will result in a mental breakdown on my part, but it's worth it for the future generation. Alright, so mental breakdown time. Nothing I do satisfies me anymore. Despite all my efforts, I can find neither happiness nor peace of mind. It is as if something was missing. What could fill this hole gnawing at my soul? I could do profligation. Basically just give away money. That as a way of stress relief. I could become a comfort eater. So that would reduce my stewardship, but also make it so I gain less stress as time goes on. Or I could say I don't want any of those and I'll just take the stress for now and hope I don't suffer another mental breakdown in 5 years. No, comfort eater isn't that bad, so I'll take comfort eater. I'm no longer stressed. Also, let's take a look at that war, that battle we just fought. Surprisingly few casualties, but we did kill the enemy commander, which is good. So yeah, time ticks along. God damn it! Okay, well, my wife gave birth to another son. No, it wasn't my wife, it was my concubine. I don't want another son. Hey, Karaku. I don't want another son. Well, we've got another son. Sure, Hawker is fine. Your name shall be Hawker. We have some time to sort things out. Maybe something will happen to him. Maybe he'll die of a childhood sickness. Or maybe my daughter will actually succeed in murdering my firstborn son. Who knows? One of those things could happen. Yeah, great time for you to join the stream, Karaku. Yeah, I know people also will just spam disinherit when they play this game. I don't like doing that. I think it kind of ruins some of the fun in the game. But I could disinherit the son. But it's not a bad idea to have one as a backup. Yep, they just keep coming in, trying to stop me from taking their capital, but nope. Oh no, one of my daughter's educators is dead. And my chancellor has got one of my... Who are you? A neighboring ruler? Yeah, he's got him to like me a little bit more. Alright, so my daughter... She's 15, so she'll get... Like, she'll graduate soon enough, but might as well give someone to train you. Sure, your mother can train you. Alright, let's get back to this war. And we've won. Awesome. So, there you go. To the vile Jarl Haralder, may your humors rot in your living body. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. Alright, so he concedes. I take the land off of him. And now it's time to give that land to someone else because I'm currently over my domain limit. Who shall have this land? Will it be you, the brave, lustful, impatient person? Maybe. Sturbjorn. Yeah, sure, why not? You can have this, you can have this territory. There you go. He's now my vassal. I think we only need the one more county. So let's just wait for my army to recharge, and then we'll go for... Oh, and we got another martial lifestyle perk just in time. Hit and run. So fewer losses when we retreat. That's not the best, because we win all our fights. But, having our heavy infantry do more damage and be tougher is good, as well as our spearmen and archers being better. That's all good for me. Okay, time to take Mary. Actually, before we jump in there, let's just check our prisoners, see if there's anyone we can ransom. Can't ransom you. Can't ransom you. Can't ransom you. Nor you. Okay, and I'm pretty sure no one else. We could do some executions if we needed to, but I don't think we need to. Okay, let's jump in. Let's not waste any time here. I want this county. Let's go ahead and move my army a little bit closer. Let's move them here. Raise them. They are gonna be separate. Oh. Someone in my dungeons just died from malnourishment. I don't see where that's my problem. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, my steward. My steward has proven herself highly capable, especially in matters of a diplomatic nature. There are some projects I would like to undertake in the chiefdom of my liege. With your blessing, of course. So I could say, take the reins. So this would increase the development in that county by quite a bit. So it would develop a lot faster, and she would like me more. Not that I need that, she already likes me at 100%, though it will cost me some prestige because I'm basically saying I can't be bothered to do stuff in this county. I'm just letting my steward do it for me. But I'm doing very well in terms of prestige right now, so sure, go ahead and do that. Let me double check which county is this you're working on. It's this one right over here. Current development is 2. Go ahead, take the reins. Yeah, so let's not forget we're at war here. Alright, merge my armies and let me take the lead. And time to invade this county. And there we go. They're not gonna win. Yep, we slaughtered everyone and only took 27 losses. Alright. This town should fall to me in no time. Oh, they've raised some more troops. They're trying to stop me, but their 62 men can't stand up to my 3,000. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, my next daughter has come of age. I am proud to see her no longer as a child, but as an adult. With sufficient tutelage, even a child that has displayed literal natural inclination towards diplomatic influence, such as Ileana, can come to truly understand it. A true silver tongue, she could sway the opinion of counts and kings alike. When she speaks, the court listens in enraptured silence. So she actually got a 4-star education in diplomacy, which is pretty good. Yeah, I like how she turned out. She's generous, she's calm, and gregarious, as well as a level 4 education in diplomacy. Yeah, she's pretty good. Too bad she's gonna get married off to someone else. She's like, yeah, third-born daughter. I'm not gonna bother trying to marry her matrilineally. Let's just marry her to the highest rank. What about the Prince of Transylvania? Where is the Prince of Transylvania? All the way down there. It's not the most useful alliance. Just having people over here in Hungary to show up in my time of need. It'd take them some time to get here. Also, they follow a different religion, and they're a different culture group. But he is a prince. Yeah. Sorry, daughter. Let's see if we can't do it. No, he's not going to accept matrilineal. Alright, off you go. You're going to Transylvania. Oh, we've got a camp dispute going on. After my army sets up camp, I hear a commotion coming from my champion's lodgings. Investigating the disturbance, I find Chieftain Sturbjorn and Kaido in the middle of a heated argument while several onlookers edge them on. So I could try to pass this diplomacy check to deliver a speech about us being good to each other. It has about a 50-50 chance of success. I could gain some stress because I'm calm, or spend some prestige. Sure, let's try to deliver the speech. It actually went well. I get up and deliver a speech about how we are all fighting for the Jarldom of Viking and how we must fight, how we must stand united against our foes, for if we don't, There are many outsiders who would take advantage of our internal squabbles to seize our lands and impose their rules on us. Looking abashed, Chieftains Sturbjorn and Kaido apologize and get ready to settle in for the night. We are stronger when we stand together, so I gained a bit of prestige. Not that I'm suffering for that anymore. And some martial lifestyle points. And they both like me better. Turned out for the better. Yep, there's that marriage proposal coming through. Let's keep an eye on the siege. 2 months to go. And soon enough, hopefully... Oh, we've got grand halls constructed. I do like me some grand halls being constructed. Where was that? Oslo? Next up, I could construct these sparring grounds, which wouldn't be terrible. But I don't want to do that, because I still need to save up all my money to create that title. And there we go. So I actually captured a prisoner that hopefully I can ransom. It's actually my opponent. If you capture the person you're at war with, you automatically win the war. So, to the vile Jarl Heralder. May your years be short and miserable. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. So be it. Disband my troops. No, I don't want to do that runestone. And this county can go to literally anyone, I don't care. Maybe not you because you're deceitful, but... And you're vengeful. But you're content. Sure, you can have it. You don't have any land, do you? No, you don't. Alright, sweet. You can then have... this county. There you go. Okay. So... look at that. We have the counties we need. Now we just need the money. Now... we've got some options here. We could wait, hang out a few months, earn the money. Speaking of money, let's see if we can't ransom you. No. You? No. Oh yeah, these are all people that I've captured a while ago. Nope, no one can be ransomed. Okay. We could wait a few months, save up our money, create that kingdom title. But you know what's super Viking-like? Let's go on a raid. Let's raid... I'm not talking about Twitch. I'm talking about Vikings. Let's raid... somebody. Who's likely to be not very defended. And... have lots of money. I'm gonna look... oh, they got a lot of troops. Nope, we're not touching that. Sweden might. We could raid Sweden. Alternatively... Cornwall. How much money you got here, Cornwall? No money whatsoever. Okay, the Danelaw is a little... okay, 20 gold there. They got no money. 15 gold there. No money. No money. 23, 19, 15, 12... 20. Okay. Let's go raid Ireland. So... should probably wait for my troops to finish their rebuilding first. Oh, what's this? Someone wants an alliance. Who are you and why do I care about you? You're a vassal in the Kingdom of Sweden? Sure. It's not a good alliance, but I'll take it. Okay, so my armies are now full up. Let's move... No. Let's move this right here and raise everyone as raiders. And I'm going to lead the raids, because why not? Alright, sweet. Now, let's sail. So Ulster has basically nothing. Same with them. Yeah, let's start here over at Deflin. It'll take us 2 months to get there. It is going to cost us some money to embark. Oh, one of my prisoners died from malnourishment. How sad. Yeah, let's do some nice Viking raiding. That sounds fun. Just sail our way around the British Isles into Ireland, and let's raid. Alright, so we actually got a raiding event. The settlement of Deflin, an important stronghold in the greater Deflin, has fallen to my raiders. We have the run of the vast tracts of land and many of the quivering subjects and shining treasures of chieftain that to choose from. The troops stand ready, awaiting my command to give them direction. So I could say, bring me bounteous plunder. That would mean their development is basically reduced back to 0, because I don't see them being at 40. And they gain recently sacked. Why would that be popular opinion plus 20? I don't know, but it gives me a little bit more money, as well as prestige. Or we could... No. Yeah, let's do this. Goodbye, Deflin. I've also taken a prisoner. Okay, now... the Danelaw. I really don't want to touch the Danelaw. They have way too much strength. 4,000. Then again... No, they only have 2,000 of their own strength. That's counting their allies. So yeah, we can freely raid the Danelaw as well. I don't see why not. And we can take home about 300 gold in loot. So, there we go. Yeah, we're getting some good money off these raids. And we got another one of these events. Pretty much the same thing. Yeah, just give me all the money. I don't care that they're recently sacked or anything like that. Okay, that's going to cost me... how much? 140. Tell you what, I don't need the 19 gold, but the 15 gold I'll take. Yeah, so we'll just be going around the coast then. Just raiding various towns as we come across them. getting more and more gold in our coffers. And yep, same event as last time. Give me all the money. Alright, on to Desmond. Okay. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. And up to Thomond. Oh yeah. Alright, so we got another event with my son here. He's 13 and still not looking great with those stats. I was hoping he'd be a lot better, because he had +5 just at 6 years old, but whatever. Maybe he'll get better. Alright, so Leother has been harboring a secret affection for this girl. Isn't that the same girl that was bullying him earlier? For some time. However, when he finally confessed his feelings, she responded harshly. Now Leother mutters whenever she passes by. So, he could be vengeful, which is actually a virtue. It makes him good at intrigue. And his diplomacy skill is already trash. We could also make him chaste. I don't want to do that, especially not for my heir. Or make him stubborn. Stubborn's not terrible either. It just gives him +3 stewardship and a resistance boost against diseases, which is fine, you know. Because I guess he's just like, well, I'm too stubborn for this cold to kill me. But no. I mean, none of them are really worth reaching critical stress, and vengeful is fine. Also, none of them boost martial, but he's gonna be good at intrigue. Alright, how's this raid going? Alright, that raid is done. Let's just keep moving up the coast. Basically, once our pockets are full, or there's nowhere else we can reasonably raid. Oh, they're gonna come to try and stop me. We might actually lose this fight, first of all. Oh man, they've got huge advantage. Okay, we're actually gonna lose this. My alliance expired. My counselors are getting killed. Ouch. You gotta be careful when you raid. I was a little bit exposed, and also this guy in Transylvania wants me to help. I mean, sure. Okay. This fight is over with. There we go. Okay, so we lost some loot, 83 gold. We lost all our loot. Fuck. But I mean, we still made some money off of these raids, so sure. Alright, counselors, we need a new marshal. You can be a good marshal. And a new spy master. Tell you what, you could be a good spy master. Or a decent one. Yep. Oh, look at that fight. That was painful. Yeah, I got a little too greedy. I should have left when I had the chance. But we can return home And we did at least get some prestige and gold just from, like, the raid events. So that's fine. Most importantly, we now have the money to form the Kingdom of Norway. Alright, so my next daughter has come of age. With sufficient tutelage, even a child that has displayed little natural inclination towards scholarship can come to truly understand any subject. An avid learner, she has become quite the purveyor of knowledge and has proven herself fully capable of structuring advanced theoretical and theological arguments. Alright, so she's an astute intellectual, which is fine, level 3. Okay. Tell you what, just head home. We don't really need to be here anymore. We've done some damage to Ireland. Okay, so what do we got now? My next daughter is now old enough to be educated. She would be good at learning. So yeah, let's keep her on learning. And sure, you can learn from our realm priest. That'd be fine. And I've got a few family members that can get married. So, you... Oh yeah, you are the one that wanted to assassinate my son, weren't you? And she's currently ill. I want to keep you in court. And yeah, let's marry you off to someone that's robust. So maybe we can get that trait moving through our bloodline. I'll wait for that marriage acceptance first. There we go. We've got that acceptance. And then you just came of age, so you can marry. I don't care about you being matrilineal, though. You can just marry whomever. Let's marry you up in rank if we can. Just a chieftain. Sure, I'll take a chieftain. Where's Zays? Somewhere in Central Europe, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. More marriages. We are sailing back to our territory, and soon enough... Oh, we've got a martial perk. And what just happened? Of all the buffoonery I've ever seen in my Chancellor's insane efforts to improve my relations with my neighbors, my good-for-nothing Chancellor has officially acknowledged Jarl Balder the claim to this county. So, yeah, my Chancellor just gave someone a claim, basically, which kind of sucks. Let's take another perk. Yeah, let's just take naval speed up. Then we'll land home. Not have any loot to return because we got our asses kicked, but that's fine. Let's just disband. The most important thing is we have the money we need to form this kingdom title, so let's do that. Norway. We have the money for it. I am now a mighty king. I am the king of, I guess, Noreger. Because I guess that's the Norse way of saying Norway. I'm the king of Noreger. Cool. I like it. It suits me. Let's just look at succession here. So yeah, we've got 7 kids, 2 sons. The sons are the only ones to worry about. I want as much to go to Leother as I can. I hear people working outside. Yeah, I want as much of this to go to Leother. So the kingdom goes to Leother, as well as the Jarldom of Viking. The chiefdom of Vestfold. Okay, so all that he would lose is this one duchy, which isn't terrible. But yeah, we're now a king. Also, let me just check what's supposed to be the capital here. Technically, that's supposed to be the capital of Norway. But heck, Oslo is fine. And yeah, we've got one kingdom title. So let's take a look at our long-term goal here, right? We were looking at... Oh, we could make an... Okay, here's something interesting. So some places in the world, like Norway, have certain laws that you can pass to make, instead of regular like partition succession, so like these titles get divided up, you could make a law where the heir to a certain title is by vote. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes, if the person you vote for doesn't win the vote, you lose an entire kingdom. And I think the way that works is it's just the kingdom title itself that gets passed down through vote. And since right now all we have is the one kingdom title to our name, I don't think we want to do that just yet. It might be more helpful later on when we have multiple kingdom titles and we're trying to keep them both under the same heir. But for now, I'm fine with our succession law. So, I've got a few interesting decisions now. First of all, so this is the main decision I was looking at from the very beginning of this game, to secure the High Kingdom of the North Sea, which is in fact an empire title despite the fact that it says High Kingdom. That was my goal from the beginning, and it is still my goal. We're gonna go for this. What does it require? So we need this entire region, as well as hold the kingdom title of Noranger for 30 years, the kingdom title of England, and the kingdom title of Denmark. So I only have one of those, and I haven't even had it for 30 years. And the Danelaw needs to have de jure counties, and England needs to be departitioned. That seems to already be the case. Well, at least half of it's the case. The Danelaw exists. Anyway, we need England, we need Denmark, and we need this entire region of the North Sea. How much of this do we have? So we own this region, all of this. So we don't really worry about that. Next on our list is going to be Denmark, I think. I think we need to go for Denmark. They are going to be strong contenders for years to come. But if we wait for the right opportunity, I think we can take them. The problem is they make a lot of different alliances. And then on the other hand, we also need this duchy, which they're currently losing to Denmark. I think. So yeah, we need Denmark, we need those islands there. And then we can start looking at England. So that's one of the major decisions we can take. Another major decision, I don't think we've had this yet, but maybe now because I'm a king, I have this option, is to force the Jomsvikings. The old ways are dying. Daily Abrahamics lure away our small folk with promises of eternal life for all. Our adventurers and colonists adopt foreign gods wherever they land, and even reformists within Scandinavia want to make us more like the people of Cross and Moon. No more. All loyal Asatruans must band together to guard against the charge and blasphemy. So this forms a holy order. You might be familiar with the Knights Templar. That is one example of a holy order. Basically, it's a Catholic holy order. And they're just an army, a standing army that can be hired by anyone that follows this religion for wars that involve that religion. So, this would found a holy order. And yeah, it would get us a big army, and Asatru's fervor would go up. We would also get the founded a holy order perk or trait or whatever that would be called, status effect. What we still need to do that. So any one of my counties, any one of the titles that I hold needs to fit any of these, needs to meet all of these requirements. So, it has to be county, it has to be coastal, it has to be in the southern and eastern Baltic coast. So where is that exactly? Oh, come on, I can't zoom. Help me. Okay, there we go. So this is what it's talking about, basically all along here. So I do not own any of that. What else do I need? An empty castle or city holding. Okay, so basically, all that's really missing is I don't own the right land for it. But if I had any one of these counties, I could form the Jomsvikings. And then I can't help but notice dismantle the papacy is an option. So what does that entail? Once the entire Italian peninsula has been brought under Asatru control, we will be able to permanently expunge the Catholic heathens from this world. So the papacy will permanently be destroyed. Asatru's fervor goes up by 50. If you don't know, fervor is basically a scale that a religion follows. Yeah, see up here, right now fervor is at 94. It's a percentage that scales from 0 to 100. Basically refers to how likely people are going to be willing to convert to it. Yeah, the papacy is destroyed. I actually kill the Pope. And yeah, Catholicism's fervor goes down by 100. And they lose all the head of faith stuff. They no longer would have a Pope. The requirements are, the Pope needs to not be landed, because the Pope does own Rome currently, and will, pretty much until I tell him otherwise. Actually, he's got a few titles. What's the Pope been up to? No, I guess nothing too spicy. Yeah, he's just got the kingdom title, and like only really 2 county titles, I guess. Maybe, yeah. No, it's 3. basically he's got that duchy. But on top of that, I also need to completely control the region of Italia, which is not Italy. The region of Italia, let me look at that, is all of this. I need to control all of that. We may or we may not be able to get around to doing that. But yeah, now that we're a king, we've got a few options to explore. I think that's a good spot to call the stream. I do want to go ahead and make a couple announcements here. First off, so what is today? Today is Wednesday. Yeah, today is Wednesday. So I think tomorrow I have planned a Phasmophobia collab with Taiji. I think that's their name. Let me check my calendar here real quick. Yes, Taiji. I am playing Phasmophobia with them at 8 o'clock Central. So keep an eye out for that. I'll tweet about it. This is my first time playing Phasmophobia, so I'm a little bit excited. Also, on top of that, Saturday, well, Friday is going to be Magic. Saturday will be, I tweeted about this, I quote tweeted about this, that Vivi is actually having her debut on Saturday. It's at the usual time that I stream. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing back that stream, and we're just going to watch her debut, and then we'll do our Skyrim stream that was scheduled for that day. And I figured it should be a drunk stream. So yeah, if we do because I've said I've wanted to do this, especially for Skyrim, because Skyrim is a great game to do a drunk stream on, because the thing about Skyrim is mead is a big thing, and I'm a big fan of mead. I like my mead. So, but it's been a while since I've had that. So I went and picked out some mead today. I'll maybe post a picture of it on Twitter of all the mead I've collected. And yeah, it should be fun. What else? Also, yeah, that's kind of a celebration stream for me hitting 750 followers, or if I hit 800 by then, it'll be a celebration for that. But it's something to celebrate. What else? Is there anything else on the news? Not for this week, I don't think. Though next week is... Also, I didn't realize that Karaku was hosting me, so thank you for doing that. I maybe need to set that up as an alert. But basically, yeah, So next week, for those that don't know, is going to be my birthday on May 4th, which is... Open up that calendar, I think it's Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday, so May 4th will be my birthday, and I want to do a special stream for that. I had a couple polls on Twitter. One to be like, what kind of stream should it be? And the majority of people seem to have said, it should be a watch along. I like the idea of that. Also, hang on. I'm watching my eyes move around, and I want to take a screenshot at the right moment. Come on. Come on. Eyes. Catch up. Hey, Eries. You came at the right moment where I'm trying to take a screenshot of me and my face being weird. Maybe that took it? Let me check. Let me check that screenshot. Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the latest... This is the latest update on VTube Studio. Massively improved a lot of the facial tracking, but it also means my eyes are really struggling right now. So I need to get on that iPhone stand stat so I can use the iPhone facial tracking, which is a lot better than just a regular webcam. So yeah, as I was saying, next Tuesday, birthday stream for May 4th. A lot of people seem to like the idea of a watch-along, so I'll do that. I currently have a poll running on Twitter to see what I'll be watching along, or what the watch-along will be. There's 4 shows. There's Avatar: The Last Airbender, which last I checked, that was winning. Then there's She-Ra, the relatively new show on Netflix. Then there's what else did I put on that poll? Hibike Euphonium, which is the only anime on there. I usually like to watch my anime subbed, and I know for watch-alongs, it's kind of an expectation that you'll be, that you'll, like, do some commentary on the side as it's happening. So, yeah, I'll still do it if it wins the poll, and it is something that I want to rewatch. And then the last thing on that list was The Owl House, which is a Disney show. Now, all of those shows I've already seen at least once, and I think they're all worth rewatching. If Avatar wins, I'll probably still watch Avatar at some point, regardless if it wins or not. But if Avatar wins, I will also follow it up with The Legend of Korra, because I really want to rewatch that one again. Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra are like 2 shows that I have been watching a lot of. Like, I've rewatched those shows so many times, and Legend of Korra I absolutely adore. So, go ahead and vote on that Twitter poll. It's hidden somewhere among all my tweets. If you can find it. And what else? I might retweet it just to make sure people see it. Yeah. Also, that day is probably going to be a longer stream. I don't know how long. I'm kind of aiming for 6 hours. And I think it'll be a more chill stream than usual. A lot of my streams I talk a lot with stuff, but I'm not a huge talker while I'm watching something. And while I won't have it be completely silent on my end, that's, yeah, I might be a little bit quieter, which means I can relax my voice more, which means I can probably last 6 hours. So yeah, lots of stuff to look forward to. With that said, yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I had a lot of fun playing this. We've formed the kingdom of, well, it's not really Norway, is it? It's Noreger, which I guess is just the Norse way of saying Norway. So yeah, hope to see y'all next time. And let's look for a potential raid target. Yeah, thank you all so much for being here. It really means a lot anytime someone shows up. Oh my god, you know what I just realized? In opening the browser, my Live 2D died. Are you doing okay, VTube Studio? Whatever, no need to reboot it. We're gonna raid someone anyway. Yeah, my PC seems to have hit its limit. It doesn't even want to load Twitch. Are you doing okay? Okay, you know what? I'll do this with the phone. The phone should be fine. Is the stream even still on? Hopefully the stream's still live. No, my entire computer just absolutely shat itself. This is fun. Everything's broken. Okay, let's close VTube Studio. Close that program. It crashed. We don't need it. We do not need it. My browser crashed. Let's reload that. Open up Twitch. Okay, here we go. Gosh, there's a lot of people streaming today. Let's go for... I also realized, like, all my viewers left. That's fine. I still like the idea of raiding people. Let's go for... Minnie. Is she even still alive? Alright, she is alive. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Awesome. There we go. It's raid time.
Haru did a raid? Oh my gosh. Is that a Haru raid? Oh my gosh.